Since it's a kid's show, you would never expect Pokemon to be all that scary. Sure, things like dex entries within the Pokemon games might be a bit scary, but the actual Pokemon show? Psh, nah. That show is all about friendship, coexistence, and happy and fun travels. How can anything scary come out of that? Haha, well my friend, if that's what you're thinking, then you're in for a rather spooky surprise. Sure, there may not be any witches flying around or skeletons tossing their heads, but I'd say all of that pales in comparison to all the ghastly horror that takes place in the anime. It has everything from illusions to possession, and it definitely isn't afraid to give you a never-ending nightmare. So to celebrate the spooky season, and a day that isn't Valentine's Day, we have the top 5 scariest Pokemon episodes as the Halloween special for the channel. But before finding out which episodes left me in horror, be sure to comment down below letting me know which Pokemon episode you found the scariest and your own top 5 list. Also, when you're done watching the video, be sure to let me know what you thought of it. Be sure to hero punch the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit that dislike button if you didn't. Let me know how you feel. Share the video around with a friend if you want to help us with the channel. And finally, subscribe and hit the little bell icon if you want to stay up to date with all my content. With all that out of the way, let's get on to the top 5 scariest Pokemon episodes. Number 5. Great Gathering of Ghost Pokemon. Everyone's favorite haunted house. To my English dub only fans, you can skip this one and go into number 4 if you want, but I'd still recommend that you watch this Halloween special when you can, cause, man, did it have everything a Halloween episode needed. Sure, it may have started out as a haunted house episode that was just meant to scare Lana's twin sisters and give them a good time, but we end up getting everything spooky about the Pokemon universe. Ghosts, real ghosts, jack-o'-lanterns, illusions, Hansel and Gretel, Alice in Wonderland, kids turning into dolls, and even kids being abducted by ghosts. Pretty much every Pokemon stuck to their respective dex entry and all combined forces to steal 2 little kids. Like, bruh. The facial expressions in this episode really sum up the feeling you get from watching this episode real well. And yeah, while the episode itself wasn't all that scary, it sure did show me how scary Lana could get. That's the real horror of this episode. Number 4. Maidens Peak. This episode is the definition of catfishing, before the term catfishing even became popular. Count on 2 hormonal guys to get into a love affair with a 2,000-year-old spirit who isn't even a spirit, but a freaking ghastly of all things. Whoop-de-doo, Brock. At least James said no to it after he came to his senses. I actually wanted to put this episode much higher on the list, at the number 1 spot even. But after watching it again, it wasn't as spooky as I remember it being. Maybe it's because I watched it so many times, or maybe it's because it wasn't actually that scary. But it must have been scary to go up against that darn ghastly, because it had a weakness for every person in Pokemon that tried to go up against it. And it even brought Pokemon fusions to life and gave birth to a disturbing Venustoise. Cool. But they definitely made it a little disturbing. The episode does have a bittersweet ending, which gives it more of an emotional feel than a scary feel. But trust me, these next 3 episodes are the big ones.
What do I look like, a vampire or something?
Number 3. Scare at the Litwick Mansion. Okay, so I think it's no surprise that the black and white anime is considered to be the worst series in the entire franchise. But I gotta admit, they did pretty dang well with this episode. You got an everyday Pokemon situation where a bunch of 10-year-olds just barge into some random house because they need shelter, and you got Team Rocket doing some evil shenanigans. But this time, with the help of these little things. Oh, they're so cute. Too bad they're trying to kill these kids with random objects and creepy statues flying around everywhere. Oh yeah, and they're also preventing Ash from using his Pokedex on them and preventing Team Rocket from learning anything about them. Why? Well, because by the moment, the Litwick are stealing the life force from every person and Pokemon inside the mansion, meaning that they're slowly but surely killing them. Yeah, that Pokedex don't lie. And when the Litwick find out that everyone knows about their secret, they do whatever it takes to try and send everyone to the spirit world. Yeah, Jesse and Silent almost died this episode, but despite that, the thing that got me the most was the statue. Yeah, and y'all thought that dolls were scary. Number 2, Abra and the Psychic Showdown. Yeah, you know what? Dolls are pretty scary. I don't care what anyone says about this episode not having any ghosts or what. This episode was absolutely terrifying to watch as a child and still scares me a bit to this day. Like, just look at how the episode starts off.
So now, time for us to play.
You have the utmost creepy sound effects and music coupled with a woman with a cold-hearted voice holding a childlike doll. And as the episode goes on, the doll almost kills Ash. Oh yeah, sure. It saved Pikachu from Team Rocket, but that was only so Sabrina could try and kill all of them together. Right after showing some discipline to her subordinates, she fights Ash in a one-on-one battle and pretty much tortures Pikachu to death. And right after that, she decides to play with everyone in her dollhouse, and she was only like 2 seconds away from killing off the whole dang show. Don't get me wrong, I did learn to empathize with Sabrina as we learned more about her, but her in this episode alone scared the living crap out of me. Honorable mention. For today's honorable mention, we have Seeking Shelter from the Storm. Now, while this episode wasn't that scary and didn't really have a concept that was too scary, it really set up the atmosphere nice with its visuals and music, and we even got great reactions like this from the characters. So, it's up there for me. Number 1, Ghoul Days. Oh man, here we go. Our final entry, and yet another episode related to a creepy little girl. Bro, what the heck is it with little girls and scary things, man? And what's up with little girls wanting to play? Sabrina did it years ago, and that was no fun. And now this chick is here and she thinks it can be fun? Nah, son. I know better than that. This episode was pretty much a more dark and disturbing version of Abra and the Psychic Showdown, and one that focuses around ghosts. Creepy little girl? Check. Protagonist almost falling off a cliff? Check. Cold-hearted voice? Check. Multiple attempts at stealing one's soul? Also check. Besides all of this and the creepy atmosphere of the episode, the thing that freaked people out the most is that all the scary moments aren't caused by any ghost or psychic type Pokemon, but rather an actual ghost that's trying to snatch some souls and send them all to the spirit world. Luckily, Dusknoir was there to save everyone even after the major misunderstanding that it was the one trying to steal people's souls, so we got Dusknoir to thank. But dang, Rowan, you're a Pokemon professor and a principal, and you still let your kids venture off somewhere near the supposed portal to the spirit world? Must be the sign of someone who trusts a lifelong project to a 10-year-old. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you want more videos to enjoy during Halloween, then you can watch the 10 Dark Mega Dex entries video that I posted last year. But if you're willing to wait a little bit past Halloween, then I got a few more surprises in store for you. If you want some more happy and loving Pokemon anime related content, then maybe my top 5 Pokemon anime shippings will do the trick. Either way, I got lots more content coming in the future, so be sure to stay tuned for some more videos. Take care of yourselves, have fun trick-or-treating, and I will see you on the next video, alright? Happy Halloween!